Hello, welcome to our Phoenix Week. I have been both very excited about this week and also I have been resisting it mightily. I've been resisting channeling this because Phoenix energy it's so powerful, it's so transformative, and it's no nonsense. If you're familiar with some of the Ascended Master guides that I work with, Bridget is a really incredible guide, and her Emerald Flame it's very powerful, but it's also very gentle. But the Phoenix fire, it's loving. It's so deeply loving, and everything that the Phoenix burns through is for your highest good always. But the Phoenix isn't quite as concerned with our comfort. So that's just a message to bear in mind as we step into this week. And, the reason that you're here, the reason that you're doing this is because you are ready. You are ready for this. And the Phoenix energy it doesn't dilute. It's not like we become accustomed to it necessarily, but the best analogy I can think of is that when you're working regularly with Phoenix energy, it's like if you regularly clean your house. So every Sunday when you go to clean your house, you have like a week's mess accumulated, rather than if you only cleaned your house every 6 months or every 6 years. Then that would be a daunting task. There would be a lot to burn through, a lot to clean, a lot to scrub off of the floors. But if you're working with it, if you're cleaning your house every Sunday, then it's just like, okay, now it's time to just clean everything out so it feels better on Monday. So that's sort of what working with the Phoenix energy regularly is like. So if you feel drawn to this energy, if you feel drawn to the Phoenix, this can be something that can be extremely powerful, because you will be releasing, you will be burning through what no longer serves you regularly, and that can make your life go in some really beautiful, extraordinary ways. So that in mind, let's dive in. And I feel like I want to read what I channeled through the Phoenix when I first kind of envisioned this course. It's what's on the course page, and I might include it in the email that you get with this, with this video. But let's just go through it now, because it feels like that's a beautiful place to start. So the Phoenix helps us with speedy evolution. And this is the message from the Phoenix. As you step into your true light, whatever cannot exist on this new plane will rise up to be shed. I can help with your burning rebirth, but you aren't becoming new. You are returning to who you have always been, but with a new understanding of how perfect you are, how bright your heart, and how valued your love. If things are ready to go, you're ready to let them. I'm here to help you burn away the old to be reborn in the new. Whatever you're ready to toss onto the blazing bonfire will burn as it's meant, or pop into a fiery rebirth ready to serve you in a new way. It's time. A new energy and a new experience awaits. Yes, I feel like that was as much for me as it was for the group, because my own experience with the Phoenix has been really powerful, and it can kind of take me out for a while. But that's just a really beautiful reminder that whatever doesn't feel like it's serving us, whatever doesn't feel good in whatever way, if we're ready to hand it over to the Phoenix, hand it over to that energy, then it will either burn away as it was meant to, because it doesn't serve us anymore, or it will be rebirthed in a better form, a better for us now, a form that serves you where you are right now. And so, as always with these sessions, they live sort of outside of space and time. So when if you feel guided to revisit this again, it will show up with new information for you, new healing, new guidance. You'll get different things. You'll receive different healing to serve where you are in this moment, whether this moment is, 3 days after I've made this video or 3 years. So let's get started. All right. So, okay, Archangel Michael is drawing a circle for you and for us. So I'm seeing every person who receives this session, who participates with this video, with this information. We are all in a circle drawn by Archangel Michael, which is a circle of transformation, of healing, of love. It's safe. This is a very safe space. So you are safe to approach what doesn't serve you anymore. You're safe to kind of look into those darker corners and offer it up to this energy, knowing that if you don't need it anymore, it will go, and if it needs to be rebirthed, it will. And so within this circle that Archangel Michael has drawn for us, each of us, myself included, have our own individual circle drawn by Archangel Michael and guarded, not the word guarded, by our guides, our angels, source, however you think of it, however you participate with, with this energy, with this guidance, with spirit. That's how, we're being protected in this. So everything that happens in this space, in this session, is for your highest good and guided by your higher self, and is really here to serve you. So in this circle of transformation, feel the white light of Source enveloping you. You may just see it shining down on you like a spotlight, a wide, beautiful spotlight, or you may see yourself stepping into a pillar of white light. And as you're in this white light, different colors of light will be coming down. Maybe there's a certain energy, a certain color of light that best serves you now. Maybe gold, maybe pink, maybe red, blue, green, maybe a number of colors, maybe a rainbow. Whatever you see right now is an energy that is serving you, that is helping you vibrate in a way that helps you move into what's next for you on your particular path, your journey. So as we're in this light, feel yourself in your body. You might want to, maybe move your shoulders or roll your head, or just kind of like feel yourself in your physical human body, because of course our full power on this earth comes from being fully embodied, comes from being present in our experience, in our emotion, in our physical form. So just feel, you might feel your fingers vibrating. You might feel your feet planted on the floor. And from here, feel a grounding cord from the base of your skull, right here, moving down your spine, perhaps connecting with your heart chakra, your solar plexus chakra, your sacral chakra, and your root chakra. And then feel that cord dropping down into the new earth, into the earth in its most pure form, into Eden. Feel yourself supported by the energy of our earth as she once was and as she will be again. Feel yourself landing in your body, but supported by your light. Because of course, as light workers, we often work with light from other sources, although of course we're all one. So, the light of Saint Germain is also our light. The light of Source is also our light. But we're being called now to remember that while it's very powerful to work with the light of Mother Mary or the light of Archangel Michael or any of this light that you use, you also are your own pure source of divine light, because of course you are divine. You are your own perfect, unique representation of the divine light of Source. And so your light is shining now. And what the Phoenix wants to do with us is help us burn away anything that covers that light, any old beliefs, any ancestral patterns, any places where we don't have good boundaries, any relationships that dim us down rather than light us up. And this is all done with love. And, there are many ways to participate in this healing and this clearing. And you get to choose what's right for you. You always get to choose what is right for you in this moment. But ultimately, the Phoenix simply wants to help our true light shine. And it sounds a little cheesy, but it's so true, because we are all these perfect points of divine light. And the only thing that keeps us from shining that fully and powerfully, as we're here to do, as we're meant to do, is, any layers that we've assumed or that have been put on us, because we're all living in this human world, this very imperfect human world, and so we assume those layers for protection, for to help us just even exist in this body. Sometimes we have to, we feel like we have to put on these layers. So this is okay. Yeah, it feels like the Phoenix wants to come through. Okay, what have you got for us, Phoenix? Hi, Phoenix. She's sending out, oh, it's a she. I actually didn't know that till right now. Makes sense though. She's sending out some fireworks of greeting. They're really beautiful. You might want to close your eyes and see them. See the fireworks she's sending out for all of us and for you. Okay, she's saying, as a human, you feel like there are many things you need. But I'm here to remind you that as a divine light, as a soul navigating the cosmos, there is nothing you need but your own light. The light that fuels you, the light of your heart, the light of your wisdom, the light of your being is what is most needed now, first by you and then by the world. So I'm here today to help you begin shedding or continue shedding, because all of you have been on this path for many years, many lifetimes, many eons. I'm here to help you shed anything that dims or hides that light. And she's guiding us now toward her flame. So I'm seeing it as a marble, it looks like a marble urn, not urn, it's a terrible word. It looks like a marble vessel. And you may see it as something different. You may see it differently. And pardon my heater if you can hear that. There it is, it's very noisy. So I'm seeing this as like a marble vessel, and she's standing in the center of that vessel in a pure fire. It looks purple, it looks orange, it looks green, it looks white. You may be seeing it as a single color or many colors. It doesn't matter, whatever you're seeing is perfect. And she's inviting us now to call up 3 things in our lives that we're ready to shed, that we're ready to hand over to her transformative flame. And this may be a pattern with money that doesn't serve you. Maybe you always feel like you don't have enough, or your prosperity and abundance relies on you and how you overwork yourself or overextend yourself. Or maybe there's a relationship that always drains you and doesn't feel like it's in your best interest, or is the most loving thing that you could do with yourself or your time. Maybe there is, a project that you've been wanting to do for years, but you've been feeling blocked around it. You can take that project and just put it into the flame. You don't need to try to figure out like, oh, what are the blocks to this thing? Whether it's, a relationship or money or work or creativity or family or whatever it is. Don't try to look for the blocks. Just take that thing, take what it is, okay, my relationship with money, my bank account, however you see it. Let your own guidance take you to the right place, and it will. Just whatever pops into your head is perfect. And put that in the flame. And so you may see it as you walk toward this flame. You might see these 3 things on a tray that you're carrying. Maybe you're not even thinking about what they are. They're just embodying several objects on your tray. Maybe they're feelings that you're ready to turn over. It can be anything. Long story short, I like to try to give examples to help bring this to a little bit more grounding, because I know this stuff is woo. But you know what these 3 things are. So, and if you don't, just ask, you can say, dear higher self, please help me bring the 3 things that don't serve me anymore, that I'm so ready to transform and transmute. Help me bring these to the Phoenix flame. It can be really easy. It can be that simple. So maybe you see yourself carrying a tray. Maybe you're just walking toward this flame. And as you approach the edge of the flame, you can greet the Phoenix. Maybe she's telling you her name. Maybe you're seeing a certain color. Maybe your guides are there with you. However it looks to you is perfect. So let's just take a moment, breathing deeply in and out. And see yourself offering these 3 things to the Phoenix and her flame for transformation in your highest good and the highest good of all. When you feel complete, you feel like you have given these 3 things to the flame, handed them to the Phoenix for her to take care of for you, open your eyes. If you're not ready yet, you can just press pause and stay in this space as long as it feels good, as long as it feels right. So, from this place, the Phoenix is asking us to remember that we don't need to know what to do about something. We don't need to know how to take care of it, what the outcome will be. We simply need to turn it over to the Phoenix, to our higher self, to our guides, to Source. We simply need to turn it over and ask to be shown the way. Ask to be shown the way. So from here, after offering these 3 things to the Phoenix, you may want to say a prayer or set an intention. Ask the Phoenix for help. Ask your guides for help. Ask Source, God, for help. In whatever way feels good, feels right to you. But it could be something like, "Dear Phoenix, please help me. Please help me see this in a new light. Please help me see myself in a new light. Please help everything in my experience happen for the highest good, for my highest good. Please show me clearly any actions that I need to take. Please help me heal in any way that I need now. Please help me call in whatever light will best serve me now. Please help me remember who I truly am. Please help me act from alignment. Please help me and my life move forward in a beautiful, powerful, aligned way that best serves what I came here to do, what I incarnated in this body to do." Any variation on that, anything that feels right to you, because of course you are your own guru, if you like that word, or you are your own best guide, and your higher self already has all of your answers, everything you need. So it's simply a matter of turning over what doesn't feel good, what doesn't serve us, what we just don't really like right now. Turn it over to the Phoenix and watch it be enveloped in that transformative flame, and know that it's burning away what you no longer need. So the Phoenix is actually inviting us now. I'm going to take a little bit of water before we go here. If you choose to invite her flame into your energetic body, maybe there is some grief that you've been processing, or some physical issues that you've been having, or any kind of emotion, any kind of feeling that maybe is feeling a little stuck, or like, oh God, I feel like, haven't I moved through this already? Why is it still coming up? So just anything that you feel in your body, whether it's physically, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, maybe you feel some energetic blocks around your heart, the back of your heart, your stomach, your knees, whatever it is. You can invite the Phoenix flame. And if she's just noting that if it's a physical issue, it may serve you to see the flame as like a really beautiful turquoise, teal, or midnight blue, just a shade of blue, whatever feels good to you. And if it's an emotional, feelings-based thing, you may want to see the flame as violet or deep purple. And if it's energetic, you may want to see her flame as golden. So just identify right now what part of your energy, what part of your experience is yearning to be transformed right now, is asking to be cleared, is asking to be moved through. And this isn't about, there's a lot of talk about spiritual whitewashing or spiritual bypassing, which has never really connected for me, because I feel like I spend maybe too much time not bypassing, or too much time, kind of like buried in the stuff. But if you're concerned about that, this isn't about that. This isn't about skipping over anything. This is about helping you move through something in a way that serves you, so you don't get stuck in it, so you don't just wallow in it, to use a phrase that people have used on me. Because I can be kind of the queen of wallowing sometimes. I'm not as much anymore. And of course, these are also, these are all sort of human coping mechanisms. So don't beat yourself up for any human coping mechanism that you have assumed, because, we use the tools that we have. And so, one of the goals with working with beings like the Phoenix and the other really sacred animals are that they can give us new tools. They can give us better tools. They can give us tools that will really help us, and then really, help us help others if that's your calling. So, so hone in on, maybe it's the physical pain, the emotional pain, the energetic blockage, whatever it is that you're feeling right now that you're ready to bring in some phoenix flame for, and just sort of first breathe into it. Either breathe into the physical pain, breathe into the emotion, breathe into the energetic, whatever it is, just send some oxygen into it. And this is always kind of the first line of defense. If you feel a block, if you feel a pain, if you feel anything, often, again, our human snap reaction is like, stop breathing, to hold our breath. But really we want to increase the breath, bring in oxygen to whatever's going on. So breathe into it for another 3 breaths. In, out. Breathing into that pain. Breathing into that emotion or that stuck energy. It may have already cleared. You may have just cleared it yourself. Or you may be seeing deeper roots, or you may be guided to something else, or maybe you're still just really in that initial thing. Whatever it is perfect. So now if you choose, you can invite in the phoenix flame and just see that flame either burning through it powerfully or just lightly roasting it or just very lightly like licking it, like warm tendrils. However gentle or powerful you choose this energy to be, that's what it will be. I'm feeling, and if you don't know what you need or what would be most powerful for you, just say, you can just ask the phoenix, please work with me in any way I most need. And you can call in your higher self to work with the phoenix and guide the phoenix to whatever it is you most need. That can be really powerful, because sometimes, what we most need is buried so deeply that we don't even see it or feel it. So you can do both. You can, send the phoenix flame where you need it, and then ask for it to be sent where you don't know you need it. So I'm feeling the phoenix flame working with my heart, burning through some layers, some fog. I see it working with the back of my heart. And you can just be with this for as long as it feels good, as long as you feel like the phoenix is working with you. And sometimes you'll just get the guidance that, the phoenix flame is going to keep working with you, but you can continue on with, with your life if you're working with it on your own, or with this, this session. If you feel again like it's time to pause it and let the phoenix flame work with you, please do, and come back when you're ready. Or stay right here and let the phoenix do, it can work in the background. That's often the guidance I get when I work with clients or my group Activate. I receive guidance that like, okay, Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene are going to be working with you for the next 10 minutes, the next hour, the next day. It'll be gentle or it won't be, and make sure to take care of yourself, so you'll get that guidance. And also you can just know that you can just set up the healing and let it do what it needs to do with you. So take a little bit more water here. And I know I've mentioned this a few times, but it feels like it bears repeating. If you want to have a glass of water with you during these sessions, the water will absorb the healing energy, and then the water will help you integrate as you drink it, during the session and after. The water will help you integrate whatever, healing guidance, whatever's happened that you need. It will help you process it. So that's always nice. Water is great. And I've personally found lately that I can't drink tap water anymore. I need to get spring water. Not even filtered water. Like for me, it needs to be spring water. I don't know why. That's just been really powerful lately. So if you're feeling drawn to a certain kind of water, maybe reverse osmosis or, spring water or filtered, whatever it is, follow that, because water is one of the most high vibrating substances on the planet, but often in tap form, it gets really just messed with. So if you're feeling guided toward a certain water, follow that. This message from hydration. Okay, so Phoenix, what would you like to do with us next? Okay, feels like the Phoenix has some guidance for us. I hope you can't hear that construction. My whole neighborhood is full of construction right now. I try to do these early in the morning, which is maybe why you can see some of the bags under my eyes. But they just start at like 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'm sorry if you hear that. I do apologize. And it's distracting me, which is also very annoying. Well, this is definitely a good message. So I love calling in the Phoenix when I'm really mad, when I'm really annoyed. And like, I don't know if I should particularly recommend this, but like the person over there who's hammering right now, I just want to take my Phoenix flamethrower and like blast them because I'm annoyed with them. They're just doing their job. And the Phoenix flame is very healthy. It's not like a flamethrower. It's like, this will serve you, but stop. So the Phoenix is good when you're a little bit annoyed or mad or aggravated. Because something in your world maybe isn't going precisely the way you wanted it to, which seems to be my big lesson in life. Okay, so the Phoenix had a message for us. I don't think it was that, though. The Phoenix is always happy to help you out when you have some road rage, or it's not. The Phoenix is reminding me to tell you that it's not about using a Phoenix flamethrower to blast people who annoy you. It's to help burn through your own frustration, your own energy, your own anger. So, the Phoenix blast can be for yourself. Because, of course, the energy we're in, and I have not enjoyed this guidance simply because often the energy I'm in doesn't feel particularly good because, we're all moving through a lot right now. But the energy we're in is the energy we're creating from, because, of course, we are manifesting, if you like that word, every minute of every day. We are always creating because you are a divine creator. Chew that for a while. You are a divine creator and you are creating every minute of every day. So when we're in anger and frustration, that's the energy we're creating from. So, you may have experienced this where, you get frustrated early in the day, or like something just goes really wrong in a way that isn't fun. And you just kind of like sit in it, and then you start creating more things that aren't fun, more irritating things. I hate this because I'm allowed to be angry. We're allowed to be frustrated. We're allowed to have these feelings. I think a lot of us learn to shut down our feelings because they were so powerful. And, maybe the adults in our lives didn't want to deal with them. So we kind of learned young to tap them down, to bury them. And so, as we learn to feel our feelings again, it can be very powerful to be like, no, I'm allowed to be angry. I'm allowed to be pissed off right now. I'm allowed to be frustrated. And we are, and that is perfect. Always, always, I'm angry right now. I'm angry. And then, okay, what does the anger need from me? What is the best way to move through this? Because, of course, we don't want to stay in anger. We don't want to stay in frustration. We want to process it. We want to move through it. And so, okay, the Phoenix is giving me the order for this. So when you're in a feeling that doesn't feel particularly good, doesn't feel particularly comfortable, the first thing to do is just be present with it. Just be aware of it. Name it if you like. Notice it in your body. Notice it. Notice where you feel it in your body. And first, send it breath. Breathe into it. Oxygen. Just breathe into the feeling wherever it is. You can do that now if you've got a feeling coming up. I'm breathing into my frustration over the hammering. Okay. Breathe into it. And often that's all it takes to process the feeling, to move it through, I'm already feeling like, okay, hammering, whatever, cool. But if if you breathe into it for a while, you're present with it for a while, you're noticing it for a while, and it doesn't seem to be moving, then the next thing you can do is ask, okay, anger, what do you need from me? And, in some cases, maybe the anger would need, in my case, for me to put in earplugs or go somewhere else so I can't hear the hammering or whatever it is. There will be a guided action there. And, sometimes the feeling just wants you to sit with it, just wants you to be present with it for a while longer. It's just like, you know what? We need to spend half an hour together. You or me and the sadness, that's just what we're going to do for now. And so breath, ask what the feeling wants from you, ask for the guided action to be with, process, feel the feeling. And then after you've done those two things, if it's still sticking around, say with the sadness example, you were guided to breathe into it and to sit with the sadness for half an hour. And so you do that, you power through it, you turn off your phone, you just sit with that sadness for half an hour. And when that half an hour is up, you still feel it, and you probably won't. Half an hour is a long time to sit. It's a very long time to sit with a feeling. And I guarantee you, if you sit for half an hour with every feeling you have, you will feel so much better, because you will have cleared so much. Because of course, the other piece of this is that we feel so powerfully because we're powerful creators, and creation comes from feeling. It's our feelings that create. It's not necessarily the mantras or the visioning. The visioning and the mantras are there to invoke the feeling in us. So when you feel what it is you want to feel, when you have the thing you have, that is like, it's a magnet for that thing to show up in your reality. So these powerful feelings that you have, that you've probably really been annoyed with your entire life or wanted to just shut down because they suck sometimes, that's the seat of your power. It's just learning how to process them so they don't wreck you, and learning how to kind of harness them so that they can really help you. They can, do what they're supposed to do. And of course we haven't been taught what they're supposed to do or how to do it. So that's why we're here. So anyway, that was a side note. So with the feelings, breath, guided action. And if after the breath and the guided action, you're still like, yeah, saying that sadness, then call in the Phoenix and say, all right, Phoenix, here's the sadness. Here's the frustration. Help me transform this. Help me burn this away. Help me do what needs to be done with this. Show me what needs to be done with this. Take this from me. Transform it. Just whatever you feel guided to ask for it. And, you can vision the Phoenix again in that, in that beautiful vessel that we had her in. You can imagine yourself handing over this thing that you're feeling and see what happens. She can really help us when we're stuck, when we do what we need to do the things, process it the best we can, but then we're still stuck, or sometimes you are in the middle of a meeting and you get so angry that you don't have time for, you don't have time to breathe with it, or to, to ask it for its guidance, because you're dealing with your kids or your boss, or, you're on a deadline. Then, you can always just hand it to the Phoenix immediately. She can kind of come in and take it, swoop it up in an emergency. Or you can also say, okay, anger, okay, fear, okay, whatever I'm feeling right now. Let's make a date and I'll deal with you tonight before bed, but right now you can't be here because I'm busy. And then as long as you follow up with it, then it won't get stored and it will pass through. And as we become, these vessels that are just, we're feeling and releasing, that's not even the greatest verb for it, but when we're just in that flow of feeling and it flows in and out, then, we don't get attached to it. We don't store it. It doesn't get stuck and it doesn't block us. And that's when things really can flow for us in our lives, when we're in that flow of feeling. Okay, so felt like the Phoenix had some guidance for us, and was that the guidance? Yes, but there's something else. Okay, what else do you have for us, Phoenix, today? Okay, she's saying you are ready to transform any situations. You are ready to make any changes that you've been wanting to make. You often feel like you're not ready, but you are ready. Which isn't to say that when you work with the Phoenix, when you say, I'm ready to make this change, that it happens immediately. Sometimes that change takes time to filter into your reality. Say you want to change jobs or move or shift a relationship. It doesn't necessarily mean that it happens overnight, but because of course there's divine timing, there's soul contracts, not soul contracts. I don't love that term, but there's, your higher self has set up things in a really profound way for you, us, you are your higher self. It's always weird to talk about the higher self as somebody else because it is you. But, when we're in the human body, we often can't access the consciousness quite as easily. Anyway, your higher self has laid out things in the way that really is most beneficial to you, most beneficial for, what you came here to do. But when you call in the Phoenix and you begin to work with the changes, underneath, when you work with the energy that's ready to shift, when you work with the emotion that's ready to shift, then what you'll see happen is that you often come to a sense of peace and a sense of excitement about that change. So that it doesn't even matter if the change happens tomorrow or next year or in 10 years. You know it's going to happen and you're at peace with life as it looks in the meantime, and you're excited for when that change does show up. So this is what the Phoenix means when she says you're ready for that change. And of course, we're dealing with magical animals and they operate outside of space and time. So when the Phoenix says speedy transformation, speedy evolution, it might not mean like, okay, you get everything you want right now, because, she sees human time differently. She doesn't see human time. But what she can do is help you feel like you're in a really beautiful, empowered, peaceful, joyful space while you're bringing, into reality whatever it is that you want, that you're desiring. Because of course, we don't necessarily want the perfect house or the perfect job or the perfect spouse or the perfect children or the perfect book or the perfect anything. We want what we think we're going to feel when we have that thing. So the Phoenix can really work with your emotions and work with the way you feel internally so that you feel what it is you want to feel right now. Because of course that is within your power, which doesn't mean you never feel anger or sadness or pain again, because we are in a human experience, but you know how to just be with it, be present with it, breathe with it, feel it, and then it goes, and then you feel so much better. You feel even better. It's like every time you allow an emotion to move through you, as kind of gross and sticky as it might feel at the time, your baseline for how good you can feel shifts upward. So as good as you could feel before you felt that particular anger is different from how good you can feel after you feel that anger. I don't know if that makes sense. But often what we're feeling is old stored emotion from our childhood, from 5 years ago, from a past life, from the collective. That's what the Phoenix wanted to do. This came to me as I was doing the dishes last night. That's right. The Phoenix wants to help us extricate ourselves from the matrix of the collective. Because as sensitive people, many of you have been feeling for the collective, have been feeling the collective for your whole life, many lives. And that can really do a number on you. So, maybe half of this sadness and pain that you feel isn't even yours. It's the collective, or it's a neighbor's, or it's a friend's, or it's a something. So the Phoenix, if you're ready, the Phoenix is going to help us separate from the collective. And this can sound a little scary because, of course, we are tribal creatures. We want to be, we want our tribe. We want to be part of a group. This is deep biology. This is lizard brain stuff here. But most of the tribe isn't as hooked in with the collective as you probably are. And so we just don't want, say, the collective's experience of money to be dragging you down anymore. We don't want the collective's beliefs about what's happening to the world right now to be influencing you. We just want to really allow you to be in your light, be in your divine light of love and creation, because that's what you are. You don't need to be like, it's kind of like, I sort of see it as like this beautiful, sparkly light bulb that's, got a chain around it. And that chain is trying to keep it in this dank basement. So we just want to unhook you from that chain so you can be that light bulb. And if you feel called to be on the basement floor, you can do that. But knowing that you don't have to, you don't have to lick up everything on the basement floor, and you can leave anytime you want. That's really what we're doing here. I hope that makes sense. Okay. So, Phoenix, how are we going to do this? Okay. If you are ready to release yourself from the collective suffering, the Phoenix is holding out her leg. It's like Dumbledore riding the Phoenix if you are a Harry Potter fan like I am. You read these books. Dumbledore, Harry Potter's headmaster, had a phoenix, and sometimes Dumbledore would escape sticky situations by holding on to the phoenix's leg. I never connected this, but yeah, J.K. Rowling's really connected. It's great stuff. Anyway, so to release yourself from the collective suffering, see yourself, your phoenix. Ooh, we each have a phoenix for this one. We were dealing with kind of the phoenix in my council up until now, but now you each have your own phoenix, and you may have seen your own phoenix in the sacred vessel when you handed things over. That's either way. But anyway, you have your own phoenix. So your phoenix is here, and you can just hold on to the phoenix's leg and feel the phoenix taking wing, taking flight, and feel yourself being lifted out of the collective suffering. You may be feeling yourself leaving your body. That's okay for now. Because right now it feels like the phoenix is taking you up to a place where the energy is lighter. This feels like fifth dimensional energy, maybe even seventh dimensional energy. So your phoenix is taking you up to feel what it's like to be released from the collective suffering. So just be in that feeling for a few moments. Breathe with it, feel it. You may feel a lot of energy moving through your body. Your skin may feel electric. Just breathe with it. So this is what it's like to not be stuck in the collective suffering. This is what it's like to not be attached to that matrix of the collective. The 3D Earth collective. Of course, there are other collectives that are a much lighter, higher, more loving frequency. But we're talking about the dense Earth Facebook troll collective. So when you're ready, your phoenix will bring you back to your body. Feel yourself back in your body. Maybe wiggle your toes, your fingers. Feel yourself landing fully in. Good. And so now what the Phoenix is doing, she's working with any cords that are keeping you attached to the collective. She's working with any places in which the collective has its hooks in you, or you have your hooks in the collective, energetically speaking. So she's just working with those. Her flame is working with those to help release you from it. And this could be a quantum shift where you are fully released from the collective in this moment. This could take longer. There could be more work to do with this. You may want to, revisit this session, or, check in with your own guidance about this, or just trust that it's happening. Trust that your higher self is working to disentangle you. Whatever feels best, whatever feels guided for you is perfect. But your Phoenix is working on that right now. Because of course, many of us have been taught that we need to suffer with others. We need to, if someone over there is suffering, we need to suffer with them. This is kind of the wounded healer archetype. But really, the best thing we can ever do is shine in our own pure light, in our own love, our own power. And that is far more helpful than, because of course, if this person over here is suffering and you decide to suffer with them, that doesn't alleviate their suffering one bit. In fact, because they are sensitive people now, you've actually just doubled their suffering, because they're feeling your suffering and you're feeling their suffering. And it's like this terrible feedback loop. So extricating yourself from the collective is one of the best things you can do if that's feeling like a worry, or like, oh God, I can't do that. All these people down here, or my family, no, the best thing you can do is to be in the energy of this higher space, this higher plane, because as we radiate in that energy, as we feel that energy, as we act from that energy, as we just are in that energy, others will begin to rise up to meet us. And that's what we want. That's what we want. Okay, a little bit more water and check in with the Phoenix. See if there's anything else the Phoenix wants to do with us today. Oh, she's saying no. She's saying that is plenty. But she is inviting you to call on her anytime you feel like she would serve you. Anytime you feel like you want to get to know her a little bit better, hang out with her, set some shit on fire with her. She's always here for you, and you have your own Phoenix now. You can maybe spend some time with your Phoenix, see what it looks like, what color she is, what her name is. Maybe yours is male. Sort of begin developing that relationship, because that can be a really powerful connection. So, okay, what is needed to close out this energy, to close out this session? Okay, see yourself again in your individual white ring of light from Archangel Michael. And you've been encased in the divine light of Source this entire time. See yourself with me in this bigger circle, with your cohorts in this bigger circle. Just breathe in this divine light, in this space. This is almost like a train station. So when we're doing this work, we're stepping out of space and time to do really powerful quantum level shifting. But we don't necessarily want to go from our human selves, who have to do the dishes, who have to go to work, who have to do whatever we have to do today, and then jump straight into the Phoenix. We kind of want like a waiting room, or like a train station to gather ourselves. I think I just deleted something on my laptop. Whoops. So I guess I didn't need it. I guess the Phoenix is like, you don't need that thing. We're going to get rid of it. So we're kind of, we step, when we start these sessions, we step into, into a circle, or, however a session is set up. And that's kind of like, okay, this is the preparation. This is, and then when we do the session, then we come back to the circle. It's like, okay, coming down from it. It's like stepping slowly out of the energy rather than going. So, especially with a powerful, powerful energy like the Phoenix, this is important. So let's just breathe in this circle that Archangel Michael has drawn for us. Breathe in the light of Source. Feel yourself in your body. Feel your energy coming back down to a space that feels steady, that feels grounded, transformed and powerful, and with some really beautiful new healing and tools, but more grounded and ready to step back into your life. Okay, and when you feel ready, open your eyes, and we are complete for this week. Yay! Thank you, as always. It is such a pleasure to do this work with you and to, play with the Phoenix energy with you and the other energies. So I am looking forward to next week, and I will see you then. So much love to you.